$800 one-time check for Social Security beneficiaries. I have all the details and everything you need to know right here in this video. Let's get right into it. All right, so this is a very important topic that we need to watch very, very closely as it pertains to a one-time $800 check specifically focused on Social Security beneficiaries. There's about 63 million people that would be qualified for this check. Therefore, we've got to watch this one very, very closely, and I do have all the latest updates and the details for you right here in this video, so let's get into it a little bit further. All right, but really quickly before we do, if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video, as I am your one and only daily advocate, and I am very much dedicated to you in this community to continue doing anything I possibly can to find all the best information, boil it all down into these short videos to help you out in any way that I possibly can, as well as make sure that you're staying updated with everything going on right now during this very, very busy time. So again, thanks so much for joining me. I truly do appreciate your support. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet so you don't miss any updates going forward. And I'll continue doing all this research, breaking it down, and making sure that you know about any money, benefits, programs, checks, or anything else that may be popping up right now, specifically focused on the low income and fixed income beneficiaries, including Social Security, retirement, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, RRB, low income, no income, seniors, older adults, elderly, and of course, people with disabilities. So again, thanks so much. Let's get right into this. All right, so I do want to talk through the latest details on this because I do know that a lot of you right here in this community are fixed income beneficiaries, and just like stimulus checks or any other types of money, benefits, or programs right now, we need essentially anything that they are willing to help us out with. Well, as a result of that, I want to give you the latest details and the latest information that I recently found about this one-time $800 check that would be going out to about 63 million Social Security beneficiaries. So that's a lot of people, and we want to make sure that you have the best information on this and the latest information with what's going on. All right, so here are the details. This was actually originally introduced a number of months ago by senior Senate Democrats. Now, this would actually be sent out to about those 63 million beneficiaries as a one-time check. This would not be an ongoing monthly check. This would not actually even be considered a stimulus check, but rather, according to what I'm finding on this, it looks like it would either be a debit card, like it'd be sent out in the form of like, just a debit card that basically shows up at your house, and you just use it until the money's gone, and once it shows a zero balance, it's basically it. That's it, a debit card, right? So it sounds like that's the form in which that this thing would be going out. Now, I have wondered, why would they be sending out a debit card when so many of us could possibly lose it? We could maybe misplace it. It maybe not arrives at our home. There's so many different margins for error if they did actually send out a debit card. However, at the same time, it would be kind of nice to have that availability to just go and use it wherever we see fit. However, this was actually introduced, like I said, a number of months ago by senior Senate Democrats. The whole idea behind this was to send out this $800 card because they removed dental coverage out of the previous reconciliation bill, otherwise known as the Build Back Better agenda, when they were trying to expand Medicare coverages. Now, let me tell you where we currently stand on that. So as we know, a number of months ago, they were working on expanding Medicare to actually include hearing, dental, and vision coverage. Well, as we know, they actually dropped dental almost immediately. They said, it costs too much. We're going to remove dental. We just can't have that in the plan. It's going to basically suck up all the money, and we just can't have that. So they thought, let's just remove dental right away. So they got rid of dental almost immediately. Well, then they removed vision as well, and they left hearing in. However, they were currently working on actually putting vision coverage back into the plan. So there may be a little bit of vision coverage, but it may not be like full vision coverage, but it looks like there may still be some vision coverage within Medicare expansion as far as what they want to do here. Now, to compensate people, the 63 million Medicare beneficiaries, for actually removing dental coverage, is they said, let's send out a one-time $800 check as a result of that. Now, here's where we currently stand on this. There's been a lot of basically talk that's essentially dried up on a lot of the different provisions out of the Build Back Better agenda, because essentially the Build Back Better agenda is gone, right? But here's the deal. They're trying to revive a new version of it, a new slimmed down package of that. Well, we do know that people like Bernie Sanders still do want to expand Medicare, right? This is one that Bernie Sanders talked about a lot. This is something that's very important to him, where he's been talking about, hey, we got to expand Medicare. It needs to include hearing, dental, and vision. And he went on to say, his typical things that he likes to say, which is, older adults and seniors, they should be able to have the eyeglasses that they need covered by Medicare. They need to have their dental coverage covered because, dental coverage is very, very expensive. Dental procedures are very, very expensive. And at the same time, he also went on to say things like older adults and people with maybe hearing loss need to have the ability to get hearing aids so that they can hear their family, their grandkids, their children, things like this. And, this is the things that Bernie Sanders typically says. So Bernie Sanders is a huge, huge advocate for expanding Medicare coverages to include those three things: hearing, dental, and vision. However, like I said, they've already removed dental, and the likelihood of dental coming back is probably very, very slim. However, to compensate the 63 million people receiving Medicare right now as a result of removing dental is they wanted to send out that $800 card, again, a one-time payment. So the latest information that I have on this is it looks like it would be sent out in the form of a debit card, right? Now, here's the thing. I just want to be totally clear so that we're all on the same page with this and so that there's no miscommunication, that there's no confusion, nothing about this, so that we're all on the same page, which is, as of right now, nothing has been passed yet, okay? It has not been passed yet. It is not going out as of yet. However, the latest talk right now is that in the slimmed down version of the Build Back Better agenda, whatever kind of name that they give this thing, they basically just been calling it the slim down package or, whatever, the smaller package, whatever they happen to be calling this thing, and whatever name it actually does finally get at the end of the day, this may actually include some Medicare expansion. Now, here's the thing as well. Because as we know, they want to expand Medicare to include, more of these services. But at the same time, on the other hand, there's also a lot of talk right now about expanding Medicare for all. You hear about this? Yeah, you probably heard about this. This is something that's come up multiple different times over the last several years. But again, this is something else that's popping up right now as well, as Democrats are in control of everything and they want to get, various different packages through. They want to get reconciliation bills through. They want to get a variety of different pieces of legislation through. So now that they're in control, they're saying, hey, we kind of have the upper hand here. It wouldn't take all that much for us to get some of these things through. Now, full disclaimer here. As far as I understand this, and again, it still seems like there's some different pieces of the puzzle that are still waiting for further clarification, but to my understanding, it looks like they can possibly not do Medicare for all, that type of expansion, through reconciliation. Again, I'm not the expert on this stuff, but again, it still seems like even the experts are still a little bit divided on this, whether they can actually expand Medicare within reconciliation or not. So that's just kind of what I'm reading about this is some people say, hey, I'm an expert on this, and yes, you can do it through reconciliation. Other people who say that they're experts also say, no, it can't be done through through reconciliation. So I guess the debate is still out there whether this can actually be done through the next reconciliation bill. However, this is something that they've been talking about, again, either expanding Medicare to include these services or potentially even Medicare for all. Now, obviously, for them to expand Medicare would be much easier for them to do versus trying to actually implement Medicare for all. Maybe that'll come at some point, but that is one of the pieces of legislation and something that some lawmakers out there right now are actually very, very supportive of, right? This Medicare for all, which they want to make sure that everybody has adequate health care coverages to cover everything that they need right now. So some of the different pieces of legislation and talk that's out there right now, pieces of information that are floating around as far as these cards, the $800. But again, at the end of the day, maybe nothing happens. Who knows, right? The fact of the matter is, they have only a few months here to get the next reconciliation bill done before the midterm elections. And we already know from many pieces of information that have come out, as well as many different statements out of lawmakers, they do want to get this next bill done before the midterm elections and possibly before their summer recess that happens in August. So, as of right now, This is the information that I'm finding out there. Again, hopefully this card would be released. And again, the whole idea behind this $800 would be so that people can go out and spend it on dental coverages. However, I've never seen any information that says you can't go out and buy groceries. You can't go out and fill up your car with gas. I've never seen any information that says you can't do that. Basically, the idea behind it would more likely be, here we didn't include dental coverage into the Medicare expansion, so here, let's just give you this $800 card. That's what I'm understanding about it. But again, I don't want to tell you either way what you can or cannot do with this thing in the event it is actually sent out. Again, ethically, according to what I've been reading and what I've been seeing on this, they do want it spent on dental coverages. But again, I've also never seen anything that says it must only be spent on that. So again, as we get more information on this, of course, I can be back for you, breaking it all down and letting you know what is going on. But this is one of those payments out there that is currently circling around, that's out there in some of the headlines that are out there right now. And maybe it is something that may actually pop up here and may actually be distributed. But again, I just want to make it very clear. It has not been passed. This is still one of these things that is out there right now, and it would be specifically focused on the low income, as in Social Security beneficiaries and those of you who have Medicare. There's about 63 million of you out there in the world, so there's a lot of us out there, right? 63 million of us who receive Medicare. Therefore, it's it's about 20% of the population. So it's not a small number by any means at all, right? Anyway, hope this helps you out. Again, as I do get more information on this or any other types of payments, checks, money, benefits, programs, or anything else out there right now, of course, I'll be right back here for you, breaking it down, giving you the latest details and what you need to do to actually claim the money that is available to all of us, or at least some of us, that's possibly available. So again, hope this one helps you. And again, as I do get more information, I'll be right back here for you, helping you out in any way that I possibly can and making sure that you're staying tuned with everything going on. So please make sure to enjoy your day. Subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other 2,400 videos right here on the channel. Enjoy, and I'll catch you again later.